Hi, happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department. Happy New Year. Welcome 2024. So, what foods did you bring in the new year with? There is so much tradition around food in all cultures of the world, and I wanted to just today to talk about some of those traditions and share a soup recipe made with lentils, which is known to bring prosperity and luck into the new year, along with good health and nutrition. So, how many of you ate 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight? This is a very big tradition in Spain and Mexico, and it's to symbolize the upcoming year and the 12 months. So that's a fun tradition and a healthy one to eat your fruit. In many Asian cultures, like Japan, people eat noodles, long noodles, to symbolize long life and longevity. So long noodles is a very common food to eat in the new year as well. Now, one tradition that my family has done every year, and we're not Polish, this does come from Poland and Scandinavia, but those Eastern European countries, is pickled herring. And that was always on the table, and we were like, what? Why do we do this? It actually doesn't taste that good, but we always took a bite to bring luck into the new year. But where that comes from is that pickled herring is in abundance in Poland and the Scandinavia area. So eating that in the new year is said to bring abundance and prosperity into the new year. Another food that's on our table is pork. My mom always makes a beautiful, delicious pork roast. And where that comes from is when pigs eat, they're known to push forward. So we want to push forward into the new year and not think about what's behind us. So eating pork is another tradition in many cultures around the world. Going back to the fruit, you see I have some round fruit here like pomegranates and oranges, apples. In the Philippines, their tradition is to eat 12 round fruits for the new year, at New Year's Eve. So comment below if you can list 12 round fruits. That is a fun trivia. So see if you could come up with 12 fruits that are round. But here's 3 of them right here for you. Okay, and the last one I wanted to mention was triple luck from the southern area. Collard greens are green, right, for money. Combining that with black-eyed peas, which are round shaped, just like the lentils that we're going to make, and cornbread, which is golden. That is another food that is eaten in for the new year to bring prosperity and good luck. But what I wanted to share today was lentils, which is a common tradition in Italy. And you can see from the lentils, they are round, just like a little coin. So that's the tradition, but nutritionally, lentils are loaded with protein, fiber, lots of minerals like iron, loaded in B vitamins, so they're very nutritious. So I hope you will bring this recipe that I'm going to share with you to your table next New Year's Eve and enjoy that on New Year's Day, but enjoy it all year, right? We're in winter months. January is National Soup Month, so this would be a terrific soup to add to your menu for comfort and just a meal that's delicious and full of nutrition. So what I've done is I take 1 cup of lentils. Now I'll show you the bag. You just get this in the grocery store. So it's a half of a bag, depending on the batch you want to make. This makes a lot. So half a bag is 1 cup. And what you're going to do is dump the lentils in a large bowl and pour boiling water to cover the lentils and let that sit for about 15 minutes. Okay, what that's going to do is soften up the lentils and start to break down the starch for easier digestion. And you'll see that they'll get lots of plump because 15 minutes later, all the water is going to be gone. You might have a little water left, so drain all of that out and just set that to the side. While your lentils are soaking, what you're going to do is in your pot, and I've already made the soup, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's so delicious. But in your pot, you're just, oh, look at that. You're just gonna put a little olive oil and you're gonna saute some really great vegetables. Onion, garlic, carrots, celery. This is optional. I like to include this in my lentil soup is leeks. I don't know if you've cooked too much with leeks. You'll find them right in the vegetables, near the celery and the radishes and the beets. But they're part of the onion family. So they're very dirty. So when you get them out, they're covered. Make sure you rinse them all out, cut that root part off. And what you're going to cook is this white part and the light green part. So that's the softer edible part of the leek. So chop that up. You're gonna saute that all in with the olive oil and some spices. Now this is just a general recipe, so feel free to add the spices that you enjoy, but we're gonna add some salt, pepper, some cumin, about a half a teaspoon of cumin, and about a teaspoon of dried thyme. That's gonna really just give it some great flavor. You're gonna let that saute for about 20 minutes till all the vegetables are nice and soft. We're gonna add garlic too. So garlic is always in there. Probably about 4 cloves I've used. So 20 minutes, that's sauteing till it's all tender. Then you're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. You'll add your lentils in and about 6 to 8 cups of vegetable broth if you want to keep this vegetarian, or you could use chicken broth, whatever you prefer. And you're gonna let that come to a boil. And then once it boils, cover it, reduce it to a simmer, and let it cook for about 30 to 40 minutes until the lentils are nice and soft. Now, another optional component that I've added today, just to give it not just color, but to give it more nutrients, I've added some spinach. I had a bag in my refrigerator that was, kind of ready to, not at its peak. That's the best kind to use and not have food waste. So that's the best kind to use in a soup. So I just teared up the spinach, added that in, and it just wilted right away. So the final touch we're going to do is some red wine vinegar. You're just going to take about 2 tablespoons, drizzle that onto your soup. That's when your soup is all done. So let's see what it looks like. It smells so good. So you can see it's like a brown broth because of the tomato. And we've added the pop of color. You see we have the carrots, give it a nice, and the spinach really makes it nice and green. And then to top it off, we have some Parmesan cheese. And there we go. This is a nice hearty soup that your family will love, and you will be making it from New Year's days for the rest of time. So good. So comforting. It'll be perfect this weekend, especially if it snows here in New Jersey. So see the recipe in the comments below and take up my challenge. See if you can come up with 12 round fruits. I would love to see if you can do that. Have a great weekend.